I'm here, but
Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings, and welcome to another edition of the Kings of Currency. My name is Khalifa, and that's my brother, my right hand, my man with the plan, brother Ameer. Assalamu alaikum, fam.
walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How y'all doing, family? How you doing, bro?
Ooh, man, I'm doing fine. Hey, look, we always bring a little bit of noise, a little bit of excitement. I got some extra excitement because I just came off a weekend of Allow Wealth building with the family here in Tampa. And, bruh,
Yeah,
oh my goodness, it was amazing, brother. I'm telling you, what I'm saying? This I can't, you know how it's so much that went on. You can't regurgitate it all right away. It comes back to you, like, you know what I'm saying?
right. In stages.
In stages, exactly. And we had a great time, and you know, it feels good when you're able to unite physically with people of like minds and like spirits going on one accord, which is doing what's right, especially what's in front of us. Everything that's in front of us. The last show we had, brother, we got a lot of people telling us, "Hey, look, y'all need to be on daily." I was like, "Are you serious?"
Mashallah.
What's been going on with you, my brother?
Not much, man. I'm just doing what I can do, man. I'm just, trying to improve the balance of work and worship. Improve that balance and help the people as much as I can and educate myself, get my our next generation ready to be leaders in this world that we living in, right? But in order for that to happen, we have to be as knowledgeable as we can be in order to keep up with what's going on out.
Mm, mm. Every show we always say, you know how to keep it from our people. Put it in a book, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. You're absolutely
Oh,
right. They either put it in print or put it in the book, in the article or book, or some type of genre or media where there's is not video or audio.
right. Or not a game. If you put it in a
Yeah.
game, our people will be on it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
but
Yes.
listen, every week since we started this show, this podcast, you know, things has been changing in the financial world and in the and in the in our communities, our economics, like almost on a daily basis, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. It's really it's on a daily basis, but it doesn't show up. But on a weekly basis, I would say it's changing on a daily basis, but it actually shows up or finds its way, to the people on a weekly basis.
Right. We're much behind when it comes down to the current the current news. We are much behind, and there's those of us that really seek that information and just strive to seek that information is what's on top. And in truth, those are the ones that become wealthy.
Yes. And that's what it is, bro. I had put up a post today on social media on my page. I pretty much did some research and found a large number of commercial, or should I say, national chain stores that have gone out of business or putting 100 stores, 50 stores, 80 stores. And I don't understand that some of us don't see the signs and the writing on the wall. We don't see this is a reoccurring a pattern of boom and bust cycles, right? But what I have to say, in all fairness to our people and everybody that's involved, this system that we're in was very cleverly designed to
Yes.
keep us uninformed. It really was, because when I think about my personal development, right? Allah had to, I see the cycle in which Allah has taken me through, right? So I went from poverty as a child, right? To receiving generational wealth from my parents, right? Then, throughout the process, losing that, then gaining it again in my second marriage, right? And then lose it again. Now, watch this. The last time I lost a significant amount of wealth was not due to my own or to our own doing. It was through a cycle that I didn't understand. An
Mm.
enemy, an enemy that I didn't even see coming, right? So that led us to where we are now. And now we have to now lead the majority to that epiphany of knowledge that it's nothing. All of what we've been taught is almost a lie.
Yeah, almost all of it.
Almost all of what we've been taught was a lie.
And that's been calculated, just like you started this off with. That was calculated to be like that.
Yes, it is. Because in order for you to control the masses, you have to feed them information that you control, the narrative that the oppressors control, right? Once they don't control the narrative, you can no longer control the people. You can't control the people.
That's true. That's true. And you know what? We ain't gonna fall short on this show right here. We gonna jump right into it. We gonna pull it right out, brother. Because listen, I love the team that we have. This is a team that just like we ain't what's that? We're not a complacent people. Not this
Right,
team right here. We're not complacent. When we see something, we're gonna investigate it, and then if it ain't right, we're gonna ask the people that put it out there what's going on with that. We're gonna
right.
make sure that we acknowledge that. We're not just sitting down nothing and just gonna wither away like they know some of our ancestors done, because just like you just said, they didn't have the knowledge.
They didn't have it. They
So
didn't
let's
have it.
break into it, brother. Let's see what we got here, brother. Then you can just go ahead on. I know
Oh
this.
man.
Go ahead, bro.
So so what this is Sarah Netburn. She's one of the attorneys on the case of concerning with XRP in the SEC. So for those who are not in the cryptocurrency community, let me just quickly go through this. XRP is a currency developed by a company called Ripple. Now, Ripple Labs was one of the first cryptocurrencies 2 years ago that the SEC jumped on and tried to say it was a security. Now, what most people don't immediately take notice to, even the people in crypto, I've had to ask several of them to pay attention to this. Out of 20,000 or 10,000 cryptocurrencies, why did the SEC jump on XRP first?
Mm,
Why was this the first one they attacked? Right? Usually they say the noisy wheel gets the oil, right?
right.
Long story short, the judge, mind you, the judge stated that it is her understanding that XRP is not only a currency, but it has utility just like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So,
Mm,
so basically, what she said that it's not a security, and she puts XRP on the same level as Bitcoin and Ethereum because they're not securities either. And this is one of the highest courts in the United States, right? And here it is: only 7% of the entire 7 billion people on Earth own crypto, and they don't understand what's happening in our
they don't
monetary system.
understand it.
They don't understand it. That's a very powerful piece for a judge to take this stance.
Right, right, right. Let's go on. Let's see what else we got for the people.
Oh
Bam.
wow! Listen, bro, I think we might want to come back to this one.
Uh-oh.
Come back. We're gonna come back to this sister. Notice both of them are women,
That's
right? But
right.
we're gonna
Okay.
come back to this one. Go back. Go to the one with Bank of America.
All right. Well, I mean, we're gonna be flipping around, brother. So
Okay, so let's deal with this. Mashallah. Let's deal with this. This is the young lady, one of the deputy managers of the IMF. The IMF is the International Monetary Fund, one of the largest financial institutions on earth. What are they talking about? What is the IMF talking about? The IMF says, and this is directly her words, this is quoted: foreign direct investment flows are also being redirected along geopolitical lines. That means that based on what's going on geopolitically, some countries are realigning their investments. Now, watch this. Some countries are reevaluating their heavy reliance on the dollar in international transactions and reserve holdings. What does that mean in layman terms? That means that there's countries around the world dumping US dollars.
hmm,
That's what that means
yes.
in layman terms. Now, this is the director, this is the managing director of the IMF. If that does not send shockwaves in your intellect, through your mind, if the whole world is now, I would say not the whole world, 45% of the people on this planet is reevaluating their reserves and exchanging dollars for gold, dollars for oil, dollars for silver, dollars for crypto. What do you think you should be doing in America if you've only been taught to hold dollars?
Come on. Like, hey,
Man,
it's been planned and designed. And those of us that don't strengthen up our minds and just, you know what, think outside of that box. They got us in that box. We have got to think outside of that box because that's where the wealth is at. That's where poverty is not.
right. So I say this before you go to the next slide. The reason why this network, this Dawa network, is so important, the reason why what we're doing as believers is so important, because the information that we are disclosing is not being taught in the mainstream media. You got to understand, right, the oppressors own the media outlets that we have access to, that they use to program us. But what happens when just factual information get out? Then
Mm.
it gives you the chance to utilize your own intellect. Now, if the highest financial institution in the world, the International Monetary Fund, is reporting that the countries around the world are diversifying their holdings by changing out of the dollar. What does that say to Americans who only hold dollars?
And
That
their
is
power.
powerful.
I know we're gonna go even further, but I just want to
Yes,
give. I just want to. I'm gonna hype you up. Let me hype you up a little bit here because, like, just what you just said, big powers other than America that America had a strangle on. They had a strangle on them because
right?
of the dollar. Because of the dollar. Now these powers, these world powers, they realized it and they said, well, we got to get something that's going to combat that dollar. And they joined together what they called on BRICS. And that right there, just like you said, America had a stranglehold on us about that dollar, and now everybody is letting that dollar go. And what are they letting it go to? They letting it go to precious metals and
Yep,
and or cryptocurrency, because like the
yep.
the banks themselves, there's banks and many corporations. Well, I ain't gonna let it out. It's all there. let's go. Let's go to another slide here. Bam.
Now, we talked about this last week, but I want to make this clear, right? So, out of all the people in the United States, it's about 330 million citizens, right? And of all the YouTube channels that we can follow as Americans, less than 10% of 330 million are actually following the most powerful financial institution in our country. And the decisions they make will will forever, from going forward, make the financial what I say implications in your current life and in the future of your children and grandchildren. Don't you think it's wise for us to start following them, to see what they're talking about, what policies they issue, what policies they change, what laws they're basically going against or for? It's important for us to know these things.
That's right.
And
Very
it's
important.
less than 10%. That's why I circled it. It's less
Wow.
than 10% of all Americans follow the most powerful financial institution in America, which is the Federal Reserve.
Wow. Take note of it because we're going to go on.
All right, here's another one. Now, I sent you a video, inshallah, we'll get to next week, right? But
Right.
I posted this on my page. I posted something to this same thing on my page today in reference to all of what's going on in America. Check this out. China dumps $74 billion in U.S. treasuries in 1 year as BRICS nations say that they're abandoning the dollar in mutual trade. This is not an act of aggression against the American people. This is in retaliation of the aggressive and the oppressive policies by the Federal Reserve and the government.
That's right.
That's what
They,
this is.
they,
This is a retaliation, right? Because had they not did the things they've done to all of these other countries using the dollar as a weapon, then these countries wouldn't be deciding to dump the US dollar.
that's right. That's right. Period. Whoo, boy.
Now look at it says China has sold more than 74 billion in US treasuries in the last year, according to new numbers by the Treasury Department. That's our own Treasury Department. Now, when you add 13 countries that's doing the same thing, people don't realize that the outcome of dumping US bonds is hyperinflation because all those dollars are going to be sent back to the United States.
Right. Right.
That's it's what they I think our brother Malcolm X said it best is that they're sending the chickens home to roost.
Mm. And it's going to affect more of the common people, the lower echelons of people that, is making those dollars even more worthless than they are already.
Right. The middle class and the poor is it's going to be a complete shift from the middle class into the poverty class for those who only hold US dollars. And they've been brainwashed to now, to up to this day, that the US dollar is the most powerful currency on earth, and it's not. It's
And it's
number
not.
10, it's number 10 or 11 when it comes to
Wow.
fiat currencies.
Let's go on. Let's go on.
Now, here is where we have to use some common sense, right? To
Okay.
use some some everyday deduction. If the government is telling us our economy is strong, right? They're telling us that our economy is strong. Then why are they handing out helicopter money? Why are
Mm,
they giving away what they call UBIs, which is a universal basic income? 225 million to be handed out with no restrictions as US cities launches guaranteed income experiment. Why are they doing this?
mm,
If the economy is so strong, why are they giving away free money? This is called communism. Like the American like to use the word freedom and democracy, right? But this is communism under the definition of what they do in Canada, what they do in China, right? Now watch this. Watch this. Let's do some history, y'all. There was a country in the world that was leading in universal basic income for their citizens. And this country, the Western countries, targeted that country as a terrorist cell or targeted that country as a problem. There used to be a country called Libya.
and they
That
killed the leader too. And they
yes,
killed the leader
yes,
too.
yes, they killed the leader. He was giving all of the citizens a stipend from the oil profits of the country's gross domestic product to all of the citizens.
That's right.
But they couldn't allow that information to be publicized as the reason why. But
They
here's the
built they
thing.
built him up. They built America up to think that he was a terrorist of his own people, when in fact he was building his own people and his country up, and even helping other countries that was poor written. He was building them up as well.
Yep, yep, yep. See, history is so important. And see, this is the one thing that, our community, for whatever reason, don't like to discuss. And especially, the Muslim Christian community, right? And here's the thing. I'm a believer in our Lord, our Rab. You can't get nothing out of me but the truth. I
Amen.
believe,
Amen.
right? Now listen, but I'm also a believer in telling the truth, right? There is nowhere in history you can show me that Allah has saved a fiat currency from collapsing. Nowhere.
Mm,
Right? Now watch this. If it's a part of our deen to know religious history, and inside that religious history is baked in a financial responsibility, or I should say a halal currency history built in our deen. It's irrefutable, regardless if it's taught that way, it's truth. We need to understand that there is a financial history we need to be aware of, religious history we need to be aware of, and then our own ethnic history we need to be aware of, and as well.
And see, and the problem with that is that many of our people are just so complacent in the rat race that they think that they don't have time to make a change, and they think it's too late to make a change, and it is not too late to
It's
make a
not.
change.
I had a Muslim sister, Adam. I sent a question, right? Because I don't like to spam people, and I only send this to people that I know, I love, and I respect. I want y'all to know that.
Mm,
I only
mm,
send this information to people I know, I love, and I respect. I sent it to the sister, and I asked her. I said, "Are you ready to protect your income and your savings from inflation?" She responded with a laugh emoji
mm.
and basically said she was too busy. Right? I want you to listen to this. She's too busy to protect her income and savings from inflation. Whenever you get responses like this, it's clear that they don't understand what's happening.
Very clear.
They don't click. How are you too busy to protect yourself from a financial crisis that you have time to do that now, but as time goes on, you won't have time.
Right.
You will not have time, and Allah will not save a tool of oppression over His people. That's just counterproductive. He's not going to save a tool that our enemies use to oppress us.
Exactly. See, we got it twisted. We got to come from out of that shell. Here we
Yes.
go. Okay, here we go. Houston's.
Now, this is just a testament to where Bitcoin is going or cryptocurrency is going in general. It says Houston $5 billion worth of firefighter retirement funded by $25 million in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Basically, this is a retirement fund, right? They are investing into crypto in their retirement fund for the firefighters in Texas. There's Now watch this out. Just to give a little balance, Texas is also one of the wealthiest states when it comes to gold and silver reserves for as pensions. They have the largest suppository of gold and silver and precious metal in the form of pensions for their citizens.
Mm.
Now they're leading again, right? With investments in crypto in their pension funds.
You know what this shows me, and what this brings me of awareness when it's just like it's a show of proof that what we've been saying for many years, we've been saying, listen, companies are going to be investing themselves into cryptocurrency and precious metals. So
Yes,
if we're involved with that before they really, the major companies really come out with it, because by the time they come out with it, they'll have a monopoly of it. So
right.
we got to understand that. I mean, if two things can't occupy the same space at the same time, the dying fiat, if it's dying, something has to come in its place.
Yes, it does.
And the proof of the matter of what's been coming in its place for many years, one, cryptocurrency and precious metals. And
Uh,
precious metals has always been there,
Always,
always.
oh,
And
always.
we want to have a veil over our eyes, like we don't know it's coming or don't care it's coming, like you just said, until it's too late.
Right. So on my social media, see, I drop a lot of profound nuggets on my social media, right? All people got to do is do the research, right? And I put up a post. I showed 4 pieces of silver, and I asked the question: What was Judas paid to portray Jesus, Esau?
Ooh.
What currency? What currency was Judas paid
Wow.
to portray our brother, alayhi salam, Esau? Right?
Isa.
30 pieces of silver, right? And if it was money then without Reba, and it's money now without Reba, why aren't we saving it?
That's
Right?
right.
Here's another one. Here's another one. That's silver now.
Yes.
The- according to the scripture, there were 3 gifts given to Esau or Jesus as a child, or as
Right,
an infant, right? Three gifts: frankincense, myrrh, and 24 karat gold.
right.
And if that was good enough for Esau to be received as a gift,
As
then
a
don't you,
baby, as a baby.
as a baby, don't you think that our Ramadan gift should reflect some of what Esau got? How about that? Right? How about the fact that if it was good enough for Esau to receive frankincense and myrrh, and that's part of the Muslim culture, I don't see why we haven't returned to gold as part of the gift giving, as halal money in our culture, because
Mm.
it's clearly part of the history. It's undeniable.
Undeniable, clearly, and is a plain day. I mean, and we read it in our scriptures on a some of us on a daily basis, and it don't
Yeah.
even internalize it. We don't internalize it. Let's go on.
Oh, this one is a big one out. This one is a big one out. So I did a class, and I do several classes in our community, right? We online here on Wednesdays. It's from 6 to 7, right? I teach classes in a barbershop. I partner with some brothers who've become very conscious of me talking to them over the years, and now they see the changes in economics, our monetary
Give him
system.
the address. Give him the spot. Give him
Okay,
the
so I forget, it's Allah's barbershop, but they can contact me 862-452-9628. It's Allah's barbershop on South Orange Avenue and 18th Street. But check this out. There was a brother who said, I love what you guys doing at Cost Metals, right? Providing gold and silver at cost, or basically wholesale price, to the community, right? Just like Costco's is doing, but it's more economically feasible to buy it through as Cost Metals. But he said, I don't want to take part in the business part of it. And that's his right, right?
right.
But what I want to show you in this right here, CBS has an affiliate program.
Come on, teach on the affiliate program.
Why? Now watch this. CBS and the Money Watch, the people who put this ad together, I had to highlight this, right? We receive commissions from some of the links and products on this page. Now, if they are doing it, why is it bad when we do it? It's all, do you understand me? It's how it's perceived. It's how we've been taught that when we do something with each other, it's not as good, or it's actually bad when other people do it. Now watch this. Let's talk directly to our community. We use group economics when we party. We use group economics when we have baby showers. We do group economics when we all these other celebrations that we do, whether it's halal or haram.
All
We
haram.
use
That's right.
we use group economics, right? And all the things we do, fish fries, money, what they call what they when we have these things at the masjid and the churches and so on and so forth. But the one thing that our community don't do, religiously or not, is that we do not practice on a large scale group economics in business and wealth acquisition. We don't do that on a large scale, because if we did, we will have more, we will own more in our own community. We will own more in our own community. So that's what I put this up here for. There's reasons to invest It's 5 reasons to invest in silver, but they're using an affiliate marketing program to do it.
And look, and it all comes down once again to listening and going for complete understanding. That's right.
Yes.
That's all we got to do. I mean, because listen, in our community, you're right, that group economics is real big, but is it real big on positive things to build up and get out of situations that we all in? Let's think
No.
about that. This is a great one.
Right.
That was a great one right there.
So, and here's just, this is more fuel. I guess it was fuel to the fire for the acquisition of other key currencies in opposition to the U.S. dollar. Now, they say 2 new countries agree to ditch the U.S. dollar. That is in their trade. That's Nigeria and and India, right? And this is added to the other 13 that are now using other currencies other than the US dollar. And again, this I can't stress enough how big this is and how much this can affect your life and will affect your life. I
Mm,
don't care if you own a business, if you have a job, if you own welfare, social security, disability, pension fund, I don't care what your means of income is, you will be adversely affected if you do not take a purposeful action to do the exact same thing that these billion and trillion dollar economies are doing. They are trading out of the dollar because of the economic policies of our Federal Reserve and the irresponsible spending of our government.
and especially
Plain
now
and period.
because there's many. We're not saying that we are at with the halal wealth builders and partnership with at cost metals that like we are the one. No, we not. There's many of them out there, but just do your research to make
Right.
sure that you're out there with the proper one that's not only going to benefit you as an individual, but benefit your family and your community. It's very, very important. And if you do it now, see, that's you know what, it's just like we said, if you was able to buy the bitcoins when it was $1, you would if it came back and you knew what it was going to be, you would get $100 worth. You know what I'm saying, or more.
Right.
So right now, the signs of the times has been out for many many years, and now people actually are being affected by it. You're feeling this pain somewhere. So
Yes,
it's
you
just
are.
like get on top of it now before it's way too late.
Right. And see, let me say this. Let me say this in defense of the believers, in defense of anybody that's in at cost metals or any other network marketing precious metal acquisition company. Let me say this in our defense because people just don't understand. We are not against the United States.
That's
We
right.
are against oppression, right? And once you identify the root cause of oppression, where it's coming from, who's delineating this oppression and in what form and systems they have it built into, then you have to now teach the truth on how to get around that oppression,
That's your
right?
duty as a believer.
That's your duty. That's your duty, right? So, again, one more thing before we move on from this slide. Because I have the experience that I have, and you have the experience that you have, I would say conservatively, right, and humbly that we're in the top 5% of the knowledgeable people when it comes to geopolitical turmoil and the monetary policies of this country, right? We're in the top
Alhamdulillah.
5%, right? Now, it is extremely hard for us to have acquired this knowledge over a 10, 12, 15-year cycle and then depart this same type of knowledge in a one-day class.
Mm,
It's
teach,
it's
brother.
it's hard to do that.
It's
So
impossible to do it.
it's impossible to do it. So what we're saying is just take the basics of what we're teaching. And this is what I start doing in all my classes. Take the day that you were born and the price that gold and silver was per ounce, and then you do the math today. I don't care what day
Mm,
it is. Take the day that you was born, the price of gold and silver that day, and compare it to what today is, and tell me if there's a major difference. I already know the answer, but that's how you can onboard people to understanding on a basic level of what's happening and why it's so important to start saving precious metals.
right,
Inflation ain't going
because I
nowhere.
wanted to end that with after you acknowledge it, there's action that needs to be done behind
Taken.
that acknowledgement.
Right.
If not, you're just going to be continue to be in that on that wheel, that hamster wheel, and continue to run and chase that dreams that's never going to come.
That's right. And so I like to say this also. I tell the people this too. Listen, there's a difference between knowing, right, and understanding. Knowing something means that you can repeat it, right? But understanding something means you understand that there's action required. If
Right.
I know my house is on fire, right? And I know it's on fire, but if I understand my house is on fire, I'm going to take action to what? Go put the fire out.
That's right.
So if I understand that gold and silver has maintained its value for 5,000 years, if I say I know that, that means that you also must by default understand the currency that you're being paid does not hold
Right.
its value. It has not done so for 5,000 years, right? So if you understand it, then there's an action that's required of you if you want to properly protect your family.
Right. There you go. Ha ha. Let's move on, family.
This is the other one. Now, the reason why this one's so important as the other picture that we had put up, because she was a managing partner of the IMF, right? And in her own words, that's saying that there's countries around the world that's trading out or diversifying was her correct words. Same thing out of the dollar. But here it is. The IMF is warning about a possible US dollar collapse. Now,
Mm.
why are they warning the entire world? Now, here's
And
the
look
other
at the
part.
date. Look at the date on that.
That's May 10th. That was what?
Right.
That was 5 days ago.
5 days ago.
That was 5 days ago. Now, why is this so important? Because none of the things that we shared on these Wednesdays classes, this what you call it, a Zoom or this podcast, none of what we're showing is on mainstream media.
None of it.
None of it.
None
None
of
of
it.
it. But all of it are facts. All
And
of it.
all of it is affecting our communities
Yes. Globally.
globally.
Globally. Right? Globally, it's affecting our communities. But and this is the sad part, because I know I'm not the only one, Carlito. It's just that it hits us hard in our own space. For me to have had been teaching this, my wife and my family have been teaching the principles behind what we're doing for over 7 years, right? I've been doing it publicly for 7. I was doing it before I was on social media, right? The reason why I say that is the larger part of our community that watch us and see our posts and watch our videos, they don't understand the urgency and the importance of what we're doing and why we're doing it. We're not doing this for no commission. That's not the
Come
only reason why
on.
we're doing this.
Come
We're,
on.
we're doing this to help me specifically. This was my covenant to Allah. I
Mm.
promised our creator, if he allowed me to learn what it is that caused me to go from being a millionaire on paper, right, to losing 85% of our wealth, if Allah allowed me to learn what it is that I did not understand about boom and bust cycles, about our monetary system, about debt, fiat currencies, gold, silver, all of it, that I would teach the people. I'm only keeping my word to my creator, regardless of who
Mm.
joins or not, right?
Mm.
And there's benefits, there are collateral benefits, right? Just like the opposite of collateral damage or faults, there's a collateral benefit of getting it through at cost metals that you cannot exercise getting it anywhere else. Period.
Anywhere else. Anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
That's a challenge because right now, before we would have to take in and we would have to go into the back office and we'd have to show the people. But right now, this is a challenge. Wherever you see or you buying, if you're buying any kind of precious metals, go to atcostmetals.com. You can see the prices on there. You can see that you're getting that same one that you're getting right now at a certain price that you can get it at cost metals at cost.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer. And then they
It's a
got
no-brainer.
many more opportunities for someone to really blossom in that arena. I want to do a shout out real quick. My wife is your wife is on. Shout out to your wife. Sister, shout out to my wife, Abdul Kareem Manati. Shout out to Kristen, Denise Taylor, brother Wayne Jones. There's a bunch of people out there, and they're supportive. And listen, in fact, they're the ones that are prospering, the ones that are opening the books the ones that are looking at the information, and the ones that what are going into action. Let's go to the next slide. Uh-oh.
Here we go. Now, all of us heard. Everybody in America know who Bank of America is.
Whew.
But I bet you didn't see this warning on NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN. You didn't see this on BET, Netflix. They haven't showed you none of this, and this is one
None
of
of
the
this.
most important warning that you can get from a financial institution or anyone else. So it's not just us. See, you know what? You know what I want to really address to Muslim. Listen, I want to address all the people. Please share this information. Please share this
That's
video
right. That's
on your
right.
timeline. So listen, why? Why? This is not about fear mongering to get you to join us in saving precious metals. This is a obligation to teach the truth to our community, our greater online community, our global community, and our local community about the truth in reference to the lies that we're being told about the currency, the only currency that most of us own, right? So Bank of America issues warning over US dollar collapse. Not my words, Bank of America words.
That's right.
We're just sharing the information, right? Now, what this says is, moreover, this allows the BRICS group, again, they're talking about the BRICS nation group, emerging economics, to spread a de-dollarization initiative across the world. The U.S. national debt is now rising by $1 trillion every 100 days since 2023. The uncontrollable debt can lead to the financial disaster, weakening havoc, or excuse me, wreaking havoc, not only in the US, but across the world. That's Bank of America. People need to wake up and see this. And don't be scared. Don't be scared. I mean, I'm scared. I'm afraid, but that doesn't stop me from having courage. Courage is being afraid or being fearful, but acting on it
That's
anyway.
what I was going to say. When you're
But taking
fearful,
action
you should go
anyway.
into some type of action. Anything of fearful, you're going to go into action. You're going to fight. You're going to go into flight. You're going to do something. You're going to do
Right.
something. And then when you know that something, and then those that have families, or those that have businesses, those that have loved ones, when you see something coming, your first instinct should be to protect them. And
Yes.
and then if you're there, if you know, or if you've heard of somebody, let me tell you this, Muslim. Let me tell you this. Yeah, there you go. Show it. That's right.
What's that?
There you go. There you
Right.
go.
This is one country, right? This is South Africa. This is a Krugerrand. This is another country, right? This is the Philharmonic, pure silver. This is, like I said, this is not about, and see, the mercy of this is Akos Metals is beneficial to everyone at all income levels. Why?
Everyone.
Everyone at all income levels. Why is that? Because there are people in your community, in your circle of influence, in your family, at your business, in your job, that's doing better than you, and there's some people in your community that's doing worse than you. Why is
Mm,
that? Why is that important? Because if we're using group economics and all of us are saving precious metals with a 5,000-year history of appreciation and maintaining its value, if all of us are doing this together inside of a commission structure, we're all going to get paid. Not
and
every
we're going
month.
to build up our
uh,
community by ourselves
yes.
with nobody handouts, with no handouts.
I mean, I don't know how to express this any further, but before we miss this point, I am not a tax professional, nor am I a licensed
That's right. And here, here,
financial
here, here.
advisor. But what I am is a very financially literate brother inside of the state of New Jersey that can teach you principles, policies, laws, and procedures that your financial advisors cannot, and most of them will not.
They
Right?
will not
I'm
do
gonna.
it. And
They
the, and
will
the
not
reason
do it.
and the reason why they won't do it is because that's how they get paid.
That's how they get paid. Right? So if I educate you, even if you don't join us and you take action, you still benefit.
That's right.
You still benefit. And
That's
guess
right.
what? Because my intentions and my heart is good, I still benefit, even if you don't join at cost metals. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah,
We still
alhamdulillah.
benefit, right?
That's all right.
So,
That's
so,
facts.
and last but not least, watch this. We are not tax professionals, but it is absolutely a tax benefit to acquire gold and silver as an affiliate of a network marketing company because I get to do with my taxes that the average person can't do with theirs,
Mm.
right?
And look, it's all built and designed. Listen to everybody. Listen, people. This is what I want to say as I go out. Right? Is that this type of information, just like you said, you're not seeing on any networks, no kind of networks on. You ain't seeing it on your TV. You ain't seeing it on your cable. You're not seeing it on your YouTube. You're not seeing it on your Fire Stick or your Roku. You're not seeing this type of information. So, but
No,
when you do see it, and it affects you right here, and something in your head goes, you know what?
let me
Wow,
check that out.
let me check that out. I guarantee you, your spirit will change. See, Allah will change the condition of the people when the people change themselves, right? Come on.
Yes,
And it's time for us to really adhere to the pressures around us. Listen, you do have time. You do have time, but you just have to make time. That's what I tell our people. We have to make time, because the time, actually, our time don't belong to us. It belongs to the creator of all the worlds. He the
yes,
one that gave us the time. So
right.
it's like, what are you doing with his time?
And
Period.
you don't go. You listen when you lose it or waste it or gamble it, or right now there's other dynamics to time because you can invest it, right? You can
Ooh.
spend it, you can donate it, right? Now watch this. Here's the one we haven't been taught about time. You can not only leverage your time, but you can collapse your time. Once you
Mm.
understand that it takes me an hour to make $15 in a conventional financial institution, but if I understand how to leverage my time, I may be able to make $1,500 in that same 60 minutes that you're getting paid $12.
You
So we got
know,
to learn these things.
we say this. We say this, you know, uh, we want you to better yourself somewhere. If it ain't with us with Allow Wealth Builders, and it ain't with us at Course Metals, go somewhere where you know that it can benefit you. What I always tell them is this: if you had the opportunity to make a day's worth of wages, a week's worth of wages, or a month's worth of wages in a matter of 15, 20 minutes, would you want to learn that skill set?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
should be a no-brainer. Not only would you want to learn it, but if you truly love your children, then you should be having your children learn this information because they're not going to have it in schools. No
No,
school.
they're not. They're
No
not.
schools. They're not going to have it in any schools. So it's opportunity that's there that haven't been there for us for since the beginning. It hasn't been there with us when the colonizers came in power. It hasn't been there for us. But
No,
now that we do have it, you know, I don't know what's the reason why, but I can say this: we know that we're not going to be able to help everybody. We know
no.
everybody's not going to be saved. But my question is it going to be you? Is it going to
Yeah.
be that one? Is it going to be this one? I speak for myself and I speak for my brother right here, brother Ameer. We have been living off of either cryptocurrency or gold and silver for the past at least 6 or 7 years. And if we can do it, I know you can do it. But you have to do what, brother man? They have to put that effort in. They have to put
Yeah.
that action in. And we're not speaking negative against America, but we are definitely speaking negative
In
against that
facts.
dollar. That's what
Yes.
I'm saying. We're speaking
Yes.
negative against that
The
because
system.
if you do your little history and learn about that little meeting that they had at Jekyll's Island, you know for sure that that was designed to put not only America in a stranglehold, but the world on a stranglehold. And they knew that it wouldn't last. They knew
Hmm.
that eventually it was going to catch up to them. But they also knew this, they also knew that by the time it did catch up to them, their families
Will
would
be
be well
good.
off.
Yes, they do. So
Ooh.
with that being said, before we close out,
Yes,
with that being said, listen, we live in America where they have Democratic politicians and Republicans, right?
right.
Out of 45 presidents that has been in America since the inception, only one U.S. president paid off the national debt. One. One. I'm telling you this because once you understand and you become financially literate and you go back through all you're taught, you're going to see and expose all of the lies, the untruths, the half truths that we were taught through our school year, collegiate career, and our adult life. And once that happened to me, and I went back and studied everything, it was like epiphany. Long
Mm,
story short, I say that to say this. There was only one U.S. president that paid off the national debt for the U.S. citizens. One. Do you know why? First of all, the president was Andrew Jackson. He was the only U.S. sitting president that paid off the national debt. And the only reason he did that is because he killed the bank. He was
mm.
able to stop the charter of the central bank that was proposing to take control over the American population's
Federal,
money.
right,
The Federal Reserve at that time was in that
right.
time. And because of that, that's the same problem we have now because we have a Federal Reserve. And not since Andrew Jackson have any US president paid off the national debt. So
Mm,
you need to understand that the debt is growing at $1 trillion every 90 days.
mm,
And
mm.
it's unsustainable. So either you're going to go down with the ship or you're going to start doing what our brother Noah did, right? He's going to start building your own. Because
Say
Allah
that
made
again, brother.
Allah gave us the ability to change our minds, build our own ship to save our own families. And like the brother said, you're not going to save everybody because God ain't going to save everybody.
Come
You're not going
on.
to do better than God.
That's
You can't
right.
do better than God.
That's right. But you
So
can save yourself.
you can save yourself. And see, here's the other part before we get out of here. I had to learn to have tough skin because some of your family are not going to listen.
That's
Some of
the
your
hard.
most precious,
That's the
that's the
pain.
hardest pill to
That's the
swallow,
painful part. That's the
right?
painful
Some
part.
even some of your spouses will not adhere to what you're telling them or teaching them because they're not there yet. And you can't give that, only God can. So let's
Mm,
pray, but you take action after your prayer, right? That they wake up and get it before it's too late. Because
mm.
again, everybody will not be saved. If God ain't gonna
Everybody
save
will not
everybody,
be
don't
saved.
expect me to do it, or you to do it, or nobody
That's
else to
right.
do
We
it.
can't. We can't. We can't end any better than that. Pray, pray, and go to work. Put
Yes,
some
sir.
action to it. Listen, my name is Khalifa Muhammad. This is my brother Ameer. And if there's anything that we said that Allah Ta'ala is not pleased, may He forgive us. Brother Ameer, let them
Amen.
know how they can contact you, that those that follow you and want to continue following you.
Yes. Okay. So my number is 862-452-9628. That's 862-452-9628. I have local classes here in New Jersey in the tri-state area. On Sundays we are at IHOP. On Mondays we at Allah's Alonzo Barbershop on South Orange Avenue and 18th Street. But you can call us, and then we on Zoom on Wednesday nights. You can call me and set up something. I can help you do private classes or whatever you need from us. We're willing to help you. I'm right here
That's
for you.
right. Allahu Akbar. And if those that see the ticket tape that's flowing down there, for more information or registration, you can go to halalwealthbuilders.com. Halalwealthbuilders.com. Or most importantly, if anybody that shared this information to you, go back to them. They shared it
Yeah.
to you for a reason. They shared it to you for a reason. And I guarantee you one of those reasons are because they love you and they want to save you and they want to give you what they thought is good for them. All right,
Hmm.
big brother, let's go up to next week. I can't wait till we see this thing coming around. May Allah continue to bless you, family. Have a great day. Have a great evening, everybody. Share this, share. And look, don't just take it from our mouth to your ears. Do the research. Make
Do the
yourself.
research.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I love y'all. Peace.
Love you. Peace.
do 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 do